Hello, foolish mortals, and welcome to Stories from the Mansion. I watched the new Haunted Mansion movie, and I did not like it. Here is why. Before I begin talking about the movie, I want to take some time to talk about what the ride means for me. What it means for most of us fans, what captures us and beckons us to devote time to this timeless attraction with no storyline. The mansion is neither entirely creepy nor entirely funny. It's somewhere in between. It's dark, mysterious, and has a whimsical yet daunting feeling to it. The mansion is somehow a physical manifestation of all Gothic literature, of all ghost stories, of all the famous haunted houses, and all the supernatural story archetypes. Those of us who enjoy the Gothic stories and novels from the 19th and early 20th century know that they involve not only supernatural beings, but oppressed and depressive atmospheres that are related with grief and grudge, death, crime, passion, dark magic, and life after death. These atmospheres are inhabited by tragic characters, such as the Usher brothers, the Pynchons, Miss Havisham, the murderous owner of the Black Cat, or the victim in a premature burial. These are the places where old crimes or old deaths create oppressive thoughts and dark spaces, where supernatural beings thrive and the strong unwanted memories cause fear. The strong universal subjects of death and our fascination with the world beyond life, the darkness within us, and the Gothic ambiances where these decadent houses, families, and graveyards lie, beckoning us to learn more about the morbid stories that usually involve a crime of passion, a murder, or some sort of gruesome death, attract us to these places just like curiosity made Bluebeard's wife enter the Forbidden Room and find the ex-wife's corpses. The ghost is nothing but a representation of bad memories, of strong emotions that are left eternally preserved in a place, and they stay with the living and haunt them in a sinister atmosphere. The house becomes an organism that preserves the bad memories and works as a trap for fresh, innocent souls. The taste for the paranormal has always attracted humanity, but it was always limited to movies, literature, and even radio. The Haunted Mansion is the first in its kind to take parlor tricks to new horizons in order to create the perfect place for Gothic supernatural occurrence. Every single detail from all famous ghost stories are present. All these details that we know by heart because we've been in contact with them through popular media. What we like about the Haunted Mansion is the dark elements it borrows from the works it was inspired by, the subtle introduction of ghosts in a daunting and mysterious way, the lack of a main storyline, making us create inferences based on elements we see in the ride, a progressive creepiness that advances as we go down through the corridor of doors, playing with our most basic fears of claustrophobia and other supernatural beings. This channel itself is devoted to analyzing the stories fans make out of the characters within based on simple things such as portraits, busts, letters, and other types of decoration and evidence scattered around the mansion. We like the somber atmosphere, the slow presentation of ghosts in a Gothic ambient, the daunting yet subtle scares, the mysteries, the latent violence, the clues of former residents, the supernatural, the chiaroscuros and great finale that despite being funny, it still keeps a dark tone, atmosphere, and presentation. If there is comedy in the mansion, at its best it's a really dark comedy that involves death, dismemberments, homicide, and, we've discussed this before, suicide. We like mysterious ghost stories wrapped in an elegant yet decadent mansion. We like explanations, but want a little mystery. We like how the characters in the ride look, and we want to know more about them, just not too much. Now that we know what we like, let's go and analyze the movie and compare it to the ride. The first mistake the movie has is its tone. The comedy, if you could call it that, is just plain simple, not dark and not that much related to the ghosts in the house. The mansion attraction has menacing elements. You could get forever lost in it, something could come out of a door and trap you inside a casket, you could lose your head. There are many dangers that we narrowly escape in the attraction. The movie presents the dangers, yes, but doesn't present the consequences, nor it makes us fear for the characters. Since it's all jokes and laughs, there is no moment for danger and seriousness. A thing that the very criticized 2003 movie did have in the zombie scene. There is no balance between the dark ambience and the comedy. It's all comedy and no fear. I commented that the characters at the ride are very interesting despite them having no official backstories. Still, visitors always want to make more stories around them. We have amazing characters such as Constance, the Hatbox Ghost, Master Crazy, and Miss April, just to talk about some. Yet in the movie we get no in-depth look at most of them. Constance is a dumb axe-wielding ghost. Master Crazy has a very short, yet compelling story and participation, and the only one with a full backstory that does cause the interest of the audience and the fans alike is the Hatbox Ghost. I want to say that the Hatbox Ghost's story, despite it not being of my liking, was actually great in the sense that it wasn't as dark as the Haunted Mansion. Yet that tone is just small fragments of the movie, while most of it is made up of bad jokes. Now the Haunted Mansion has 999 happy haunts, yet the majority of the time is spent not on the ghosts, but on the mortals. I want to know more about Gracie, but yet I have to learn more about Ben, the mortal character that invents the camera. I want to know more about Constance, yet I have to know more about Travis, a kid that gets bullied at school because he runs away to his house before the night comes, afraid of ghosts. I want to know way more about Leota, but I have to hear the story of Harriet. You see where I am going? There was a great opportunity to give some of the characters some interesting backstories, but the opportunity was totally wasted. The only one that got decent exposure and backstory, but in an incorrect way, was the Hatbox Ghost. What was the main difference between Pirates of the Caribbean and the Haunted Mansion movie? That this one doesn't seem to be made for all the family, but mostly for children. Even Hocus Pocus gets darker sometimes. What I did like about the movie was that the production design was more keen on making a bridge between the ride and the movie. The spaces felt more like what we see in the ride, and I saw things that tied in to some concept art, such as the haunted kitchen, the ghost retirement home, the sea captain, and the several owners' stories. Yet at its best, it was more about Easter egg hunting than anything else. We neither got a tribute to the Haunted Mansion nor a scary gothic film. We neither got a funny movie or a dark one. We just got a funny thing in between. So in between, even Grim Grinning Ghosts was ruined for me at the end of the movie. The Haunted Mansion movie was yet again another missed opportunity at making a great Haunted Mansion film, of making a gothic masterpiece as Del Toro might have done. I think The Haunted Mansion deserves two kinds of opportunities. To have a dark adult film such as something Del Toro might have made, and to have a kid-friendly a la Casper movie like the stop-motion bumpers from Disney XD did some time ago. I mean, they have a lot of potential for all the funny but dark moments. You just gotta take a look at the storybook from The Haunted Mansion. That could easily be a kid's TV show. I think that would be a great solution for the ride, getting an appropriate film, or even a TV series. When the Muppet Haunted Mansion gets the fact that the Haunted Mansion can either be funny or can either be really creepy, we are in a little bit of a trouble. Finally, I enjoyed the fact that they made a Haunted Mansion universe by showing both the New Orleans house and what I could assume is the Hudson River Mansion, and that they somehow connected them. Overall, I think this was a nice try that had a mistake where all Disney movies these days are failing. In the direction, with a wrong tone, and the script. That's just my opinion, of course. I hope we don't have to wait another 20 years to have a good Haunted Mansion movie again. I simply think that nobody understands the mansion, not even those who created it. The mansion is a big Frankenstein monster with elements from several heads, tones, and genres that somehow blend great for a storyless ride but don't seem to be good for a story-driven movie. And since Disney does not produce non-story-driven movies and needs to have narrative guiding the rest of the film, there seems to be two solutions. Either present the backstories of many of the haunts and how they got the mansion haunted, which really is very interesting, or give us a strange, supernatural yet terrifying experience in the familiar corridors of the mansion. Otherwise, better make a kid animated show with a tone for children, without attempting to make a PG-13 film. I think with the mansion, you either go dark or funny, but not both. But that's just my opinion, as I said. What did you think? You're all fans of the Haunted Mansion. I would like to hear your opinions on it. Was the 20-year wait worth it? Do you like the Haunted Mansion movie that came out just a couple of weeks ago? What exactly did you enjoy, and what exactly did you not enjoy? As one of my fellow mortals had to say, I am gravely disappointed with this movie. But as I have waited 20 years to see another Haunted Mansion movie, I shall wait a little longer to see what happens with my dearest Dark Mansion. We can have the solace that we still have the attraction, and one day perhaps we'll get the Haunted Mansion film we deserve. In the meantime, please remember to subscribe and hurry back to watch more Haunted Mansion videos here in Stories from the Mansion. I'll see you all a little later.